Welcome back to another custom tactics video on the channel, guys. Of course, last weekend, you're going to see this a bit later. You're going to see this around the 15th, 16th of June. But I still wanted to provide this for you. I'm on holiday now, so thank you guys for all the support this year. And guys, if you are enjoying the content, make sure you do drop a like on it. Today, we have for you the 4-3-2-1 custom tactics that I did use to go and get Kylian Mbappe red team of the season. So, his goal record isn't good there, but that's because I've been reviewing other players, alright? This is the team that we do use. This is the team that I'm going to use and going into Ultimate Tots and Serie A. If anything changes, you will see it. But yeah, this is the team that we are using. And the custom tactics are very good. It's very important that if you do have 4 attackers, that you have one of them that's really strong that can play in the midfield. So, in my case here, if I wanted to play with a 4th attacker, let's say, for example, instead of Goretzka, we've got, I don't know, Gnabry, team of the season moments. I would go and pop Royce into the centre mid spot because he's got good strength, he's got okay defending, he can pass really well. It's very important that you have that in the 4-3-2-1. And these tactics are certified for both old and new gen. So both of you guys can use this no matter what console you're on. And we're the only person really on YouTube that reviews on old and new gen, and the only person on YouTube that tests out tactics on both old and new gen. With all of that out of the way though, guys, let's get into the tactics. For cheap FIFA 23 coins, make sure to check out MMOEXP.com to get fast and reliable coins. And make sure you use code VIPER at checkout, get yourself a 5% discount. Then guys, getting into the custom tactics here, you can see that we do have Mbappe, our striker, on stay central, getting behind and stay forward. Very important that you have somebody strong here that has skill moves and can run in behind all day long. And then obviously with Mbappe, we have that in abundance. And here's your main focal point as well. If you need a long ball, throw it up to Mbappe or anyone else in your case. You want somebody that's good in the air here to be able to kind of win the knockdowns and kind of really help you, because you've only got one striker essentially, but at the same time you kind of don't, because this formation is quite narrow, which means that whilst you have centre forwards, you know, old school left forward and right forward, they're very narrow and they play as second strikers basically. So Diaby and Royce are playing as second strikers. And we have them both on just getting behind. Nothing else. There's no need to put them on stay central. If you put them on stay central, they're going to be so close to Mbappe, there's going to be no room to manoeuvre with your attackers. So just getting behind here, and this will serve you well. I found that, you know, having really fast players here that can kind of pass into Mbappe or into your striker and then run beyond is the best way to play with your centre forwards here. So getting behind works really well for that. In my personal experience in this formation, of course, as I said, you got rank 1 in Liga and Tots using these tactics, so I know they do work very well. As we move on to the midfield, guys, it's quite interesting the way you set up the midfield in this formation. So we've got Valverde here, who is on balanced attack and cover wing, so just basic settings there for him. Then your middle centre mid is going to be your CDM here, okay? So in this case, Goretzka, we have got him on stay while attacking and cover centre, as he is your pivot. He is the one that sits deeper than the 2 other midfielders. And then for Modric, we have him on get forward. Now, the reason he's on get forward is because he can do the Trivellas. And the Trivellas are so good. Kind of dropping into that position, making 4 attackers there, which is nice. And I would recommend trying to get players on the left and right-hand side that have the Trivella abilities. And how you're going to get that is 89 or below shot power. If you put a chemistry style on that boosts the shot power, you're not going to be able to get the Trivellas to work. So Modric here, and then someone like Lucas Paqueta on the left-hand side would work a treat, but in this case, we've only got one Trivella merchant in here, and that is Luka Modric. So have him on get forward, as I said, as well. If I didn't have Modric here, and I have 4 attackers, Royce would then drop in to this role that Modric is in, and he would still be on get forward. And you want to have one really good attacking player in your midfield. So in this case, we've got 2 in Goretzka and Modric. I like Goretzka as a DM, though, as I think he's really strong, really tall, and very good at cutting out passing lanes and getting into tackles because he's really strong on the ball. So, that is the midfield, guys. Very good midfield, very fast. Of course, with it being team of the season, your midfielders are going to be crazy anyway. But as I said, make sure you have a Trivella Demon somewhere in your midfield. So, that is what I would say there. As we move on to the fullbacks, we've got Klaus on just stay back while attacking. And Davies is on balance attack and overlap. Now, usually, what you do is you'd have get forward on and the fullback on balance as well, on that side of the pitch. But for me personally, I like to have the get forward on the right hand side and the balanced overlap on the left hand side, so it creates that kind of almost like 5 in attack. So you will literally have Davies pushing up to where Diaby is, Modric pushing up to where Royce is. It really does overload the opponent's team. So try that out. And of course, Davies is insane going forward. So is Klaus. But Davies has the 5-star skills, which I find really useful and makes him a very good go forward fullback. I would recommend trying that out as well, guys. And that is how the instructions set up. If you want to change them at all, you can, but this is what works for me. I really do recommend trying this out in this kind of meta that I'm using. It's kind of been brought on by the pros, but I kind of change it a little bit, of course, because most players have the get forward on the centre mid, and the same side, they'll have the balanced overlap on the fullback, but I like to switch it up and have that on the other side. So test that out, guys, and if that doesn't work, go to the same side and try that out there. With that being said, though, guys, let's move on to the actual tactics. All right, then, guys, so as we move on to the actual custom tactics, here you can see that we've got the defensive style as a balance, and then we have 50 width and 65 depth. Now, with all the defenders that you're going to have now, pushing this depth up is going to be crucial to you. Push it up as much as you can. If you've got 90 plus pace defenders, get this up to 65. If you have a bit lower than that, drop it down to 60, but I wouldn't really go below 60 now. It's really nice to have the high line to play offside traps and catch the opposition offside. I do that so much, and it's one way to really, really dominate your opponent, just to constantly catch them offside, and they won't know what to do. So have this high, and be playing offside traps on the D-pad as well by just pressing down on the D-pad twice. Fast build-up is my favourite tactic on the game. Really good for counter-attacking. Really good if you're fast with the ball and you like to move the ball quickly, and you've got good reactions. If you don't like playing like that, just put that on balance, and that will work as well for you as well. But if you are good at playing with fast build-up, it is literally the best tactic on the game. Similar with direct passing, works really, really well as well. Direct passing is very good in tandem with the fast build-up, as the passes just seem to find themselves and the players pick the right positions all the time. There's always a free man somewhere, I find, and that is why I love the direct passing and fast build-up combination. 40 width here. As I did suggest earlier, guys, I find this formation to be very narrow, and it's basically an alternate to the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow. So the width has to be low on it. Your only defensive cover from wide options are literally your fullbacks. So be careful that you need to make sure your fullbacks are really good in this formation to get it to work. Dropping the width a little bit on the attacking side of things means your team's going to sit a little bit narrower, and it works really, really well in my personal experience. Players in the box, we've gone for 7 here. This formation is so good for cutbacks. It's so good for crosses, because whilst you don't have a cam in this formation, so you don't have that kind of ability to play through the middle in that sense, what you're going to get is the ability to go wide very often, with Davies pushing up, with Diaby kind of sitting a little bit wider than Mbappe but still being quite narrow. You can then cut down the line, you can get down to the byline quite easily. So having the players in the box high for the cutbacks will be paramount to you. Corners and free kicks is always up to you guys. Whatever you like to play with, corners and free kicks wise, is up to you. I like to put it on 2 because I like playing it short and then looking for the Trivella. So up to you on the corners, whatever your routine is, will work best for you. And those are the 4-3-2-1 custom tactics that I did go and get rank 1 in League Earn with. Work really, really well. Go and test these ones out. Quite similar to the 4-1-2-1-2 narrow, so I think a lot of you guys will enjoy it. They get really good reviews of 4-1-2-1-2 narrow ones. So test this one out, guys. It's certified on old and new gen. Let me know what you think to it. Guys, if you have enjoyed today's video, leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell so I miss a video. But guys, that's going to be it for me for now. So take care.